Well, is Donald Trump preparing to indict and potentially prosecute Hillary Clinton, Biden, and even Kamala Harris? In fact, he did make mention of that when he was on the campaign trail. But what's going on to lead to such speculation and rumors that are surfacing all over the internet right now? Well, for starters, just a couple of days ago, Donald Trump revoked the security clearances for all of those people. Check out NewYorkPost.com. Trump revoked security clearances for Joe Biden and his entire family, Kamala Harris, Hillary Clinton, and other political foes. Now, the article goes on to state President Trump issued a memo Friday rescinding the security clearances of more than a dozen individuals, including President or former President Joe Biden and his entire family, former VP Kamala Harris, and Hillary Clinton. Quote, I have determined that it is no longer in the national interest for the following individuals to access classified information. Trump wrote in the memo to the heads of executive departments and agencies before naming those he's barring from receiving classified information. It goes on, I hereby direct every executive department and agency head to take all additional action as necessary and consistent with existing law to revoke any active security clearances held by the aforementioned individuals and to immediately rescind their access to classified information, Trump 78 wrote. The president also ordered the executive department and agency heads to revoke unescorted access to secure U.S. government facilities from these individuals. Now, I've got a lot to share with you regarding all of that, but just a quick break from my sponsor. What if I told you groundbreaking studies have revealed a therapy that is so powerful that it's helping people achieve things that they thought were impossible? I'm talking about things like reversing your biological age, to melting away that stubborn body fat, to even calming overactive immune responses, to regulating your thyroid, and even, get this, achieving cancer remission. It's true. In a 413-person study, patients using this therapy were 4 times more likely to achieve complete remission from prostate cancer. So what's the secret? How about a revolutionary technology that recharges your cells' mitochondria, the very powerhouse of healing? In fact, Red Light has the most advanced systems that use dual LED technology, and it delivers these healing waves, 2 of them all at once, basically giving you double the results in just 1 session. Unlike costly supplements and treatments that you have to keep on buying, well, with this, it's just a one-time purchase that you and your family can use for years. Check it out by going to myredlight.com. That's myredlight, Light.com, and check it out today. Use the coupon code Lisa to get 10% off. If you want more information, click that more button or click the link in the description box below. So regarding the revoking of these security clearances, I think there's one of 2 ways this could basically go. Number one, maybe Donald Trump is literally doing this because he is scared to death that these people could sell out our country and jeopardize our country. After all, you don't have to look very far under the hood in the Joe Biden crime syndicate family to look at their ties with the Communist Party, with Ukraine, with the dealings with his son, Hunter Biden, and his ex-business partner, Devon Archer, and many others, to see that there is a lot of potential criminal activity happening within the Biden family. So maybe Donald Trump is really doing this because he is deathly afraid that these people could sell out our country. I mean, obviously Hillary Clinton was bashing her cell phones, got nothing more than a slap on the hand for doing that, obstructing justice, trying to hide information on an email server where she was sharing classified information on an unprotected server. It was just her private one. I mean, all of this stuff screams that they could be an issue, right? Or As some people are speculating, this is the rumor, maybe Donald Trump is doing this because he is preparing a legal case against some of these people. That is, he may or may not intend to indict them or prosecute these individuals. After all, he has brought that up in the past. Take a look at this article here, and this is on NPR, and this is back in October 2024. Trump makes more than 100 threats to prosecute or punish perceived enemies. In fact, some of the claims that he has made, according to that document, and that we've heard in the past, he promised to investigate Joe Biden and his family for the crime syndicate that is surrounding them. We've seen the receipts, we've seen the checks, we've seen the all the LLCs and that he funnels it all through, right? So he promised to look into that and investigate that. He also said that Kamala Harris should be prosecuted. He also talked about Barack Obama, Liz Cheney, and others, and even talked about military tribunals and the whole 9 yards. These are some of the things that Donald Trump has said in the past. Now, to his credit, he also said that he was only going to prosecute those who actually did crimes, the criminals, the ones who did something wrong to his benefit, or not to his benefit, but basically that's what he's talking about. But either way, the question therein lies is Donald Trump going to do that or not? Let me be very, very blunt with you. First of all, we know, let's just state the basic facts here. We already know that security clearances have been revoked for a lot of people, including FBI, some people in the intelligence community. Liz Cheney's got hers revoked. Anthony Blinken, Hunter and Ashley already had theirs revoked. Alvin Bragg, Letitia James, Lisa Monaco, these and all the 51 signers of Hunter Biden's disinformation laptop thing, they all had their security clearances revoked. Now, maybe there is more intent for all of these people, but all of these people are very linked with the Biden administration and a lot of the corruption that happened against Donald J. Trump. So I think he is very right on revoking these security clearances. It needed to happen. Okay, so with all of that in mind, I think there's a big battle going on right now between two powers, right? You have Donald Trump, who, in my personal opinion, I would love to see a legal case come against the Clinton, Biden, and these people that have committed crime. I would love to see that. And why would I love to see that? If that rumor does come out and pan to be true, I would love to see that, because if that doesn't happen, what Donald Trump is basically doing is he's saying, well, you know, all of the prosecuting that you did, the arresting and prosecuting and going after his lawyers, the arresting and prosecuting and trying to bankrupt and go after the assets of Donald J. Trump. Basically, what Trump is saying to all of those people is it was okay. Just don't do it again. If he's just going to let it slide and there's not going to be any consequences for his actions, it is going to happen again. And it's not going to stop at Donald Trump and the people who surround him, right? It's going to start going on to broadcasters and people who support him and people who financially donate to him. Anything of that nature, it will continue if Donald Trump does not have some kind of legal case or legal consequences for these people. Because and what I would say is like for like. What they did to you, I think you should do back to them, because they're not letting go. And this criminal activity is getting worse within our United States government, and it's gotten way worse over time. In fact, that's why I'm going to say this point. These two powers are fighting for control of one government. You've got Trump's side, you've got the deep state side, and they're both fighting for control over who's going to win the power and basically rule things in our country. And that is really what I see that is going on. And I think Donald Trump really and truly needs to clean things up. That's why I would hope that he eventually brings a legal case. And right now it's just speculation for all of these people. But the truth of the matter is, I think the internal battle that it's going on is ever so clear, with all of these justices basically igniting, call it a coup, call it a judicial insurrection against the president, where they're using their power at the justice, in these justice systems to go after a sitting president. He has had more things filed against him than any other president in the history of the United States of America. And this is what I'm talking about. And this is just the latest one I want to show you. And this is part of that battle. Call it a cold civil war, call it an administrative battle, call it whatever term you want to give it. But here it is. TheGuardian.com, judge blocks Trump from using 18th century wartime act for deportations. Trump had invoked the Alien Enemy Act of 1798 to deport 5 Venezuelans, but he was ordered to stop it by this judge, right? And I believe the first ones went on, but this judge has the audacity to tell Donald Trump that he can't send Venezuela gang members out of the country. I mean, this has just gotten insane. This is just one picture of the judicial acts that have been against Donald J. Trump. But if you want to get down to the nitty gritty on this, the Alien Enemy Act of 1798, what is that? Well, this article on the AP actually does a really good job about telling us what that is. And this is the title of the article. You can pause and read it there. But here's what it says about this act. In 1798, with the U.S. preparing for what it believed would be a war with France, Congress passed a series of laws that increased the federal government's reach. The Alien Enemies Act was created to give the president wide powers to imprison and deport non-citizens in times of war. Since then, it has been used just 3 times during the War of 1812, World War I, and World War II. Basically, in a nutshell, this act gives this act allows non-citizens to be deported without the opportunity to go before an immigration or federal court justice. That is what it does. And so basically, he's declared these wartime powers, if you want to call it that, to get these gang members the hell out of our country, right? And meanwhile, you have this judge saying, I have more power than you. I'm going to seize up this control, and we're just going to use the judicial system to stop what we voted in Donald Trump to do. So in a nutshell, they're usurping the will of the American people by doing what they are doing. That is why I guess my concluding thought is just, is Donald Trump preparing to indict or go after Biden, Harris, Clinton, maybe even some of the others there? I'm not sure if he is or not. I don't know. I could only hope, because if not, our country is going to spiral out of control. And what had happened to Donald Trump before will absolutely happen again. And it will get worse. It will not stop with Trump. It will go on. I mean, they went crazy even going after his freaking attorneys, which is unheard of. Unlike anything I have ever heard before. I think all of these people that he have revoked security clearances from needed to get them revoked, because in my opinion, the last administration didn't care about the fate of our country. And I believe there was a lot of selling out our country, unfortunately, to foreign powers and going after anyone in opposition. That is my opinion. But maybe Donald Trump doesn't intend to do that at all. Maybe he just is worried that these people could jeopardize our country, and rightly so, they can. And maybe it just stops at that. But you never know. You never know. Anyhow, I can't wait to actually read a lot of your comments on this. What do you think? Do you think that he's going to go forward with something that he said he would do in the past? Or do you think that he's just going to let it go and wait for it to happen again in the future when someone else is in charge? Love to get your thoughts on that. Anyhow, I really, really love you guys. I'm Lisa Haven, signing out.